First of all, Christine asked how the ladies was coping in this lockdown. Nadia was saying how sometimes she feels she has guilt because obviously she has a garden and everything else, and you got people that don't have a garden that lives in flats and stuff, so it must be a lot harder for them than it is for her. And she feels like she's on an emotional roller coaster. Brenda, who has her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend living with her, saying that she has rules, which she got to stand by, and that she's built a wardrobe, and that she is learning to play the piano again. And she's trying to remain positive all the way through, which is good. You got Stacey, who feels lucky and privileged in lockdown, being with her family and obviously with Rex and stuff. And then while she was talking, Nadia asked to see baby Rex, so we all got to see her, which was really, really nice. Love baby Rex. All Stacey's Instagram stories are brilliant. Christine was saying how she missed her mum's birthday, and that the children are loving Frank being home. So yeah, if you want to show your support for the NHS, you can donate £5 by texting CLAP, followed by a message of your support, which will be sent to your local NHS to 70507. There will be a picture at the end of this to tell you what you can do. So yeah, the first topic was about a father who has been fined £400 as his son broke the rules several times. So, should parents be fined if their teens break lockdown rules? Stacey thinks it should be the teenager that gets the fine, and Nadia thinks they should be punished, but by helping like the elderly or something like that. Brenda would go down pretty hard. And Brenda was saying about kids copying parents and what they're doing and stuff. And Stacey strongly agreed with that. I think parents should get fined if the kids do break the rules over like several times. I know you get kids that, you know, they got ADHD, or some kids are really, really hard to handle and stuff, but that's when the law should come in and scare the kids, say, you know, if you do this, this will happen. So yeah. There was also 2 special guests on the show. Just to say a big thank you to the NHS. We had Penny Lancaster and Sir Rod Stewart, and also Robbie and Ida Williams.
It's the Williams household here. We just wanted to take a moment to thank the NHS for the incredible work that you are doing. Your bravery, your strength is guiding us all right now, and we are incredibly grateful for the lives that you are protecting.
I would just like to echo what my wife says, and also send you lots of love from our family to you and yours. Big kisses.
Stay safe. We love you. Thank you so much.
We love you.
Hi, girls.
I want to give a huge shout out to the NHS
and all those carers on the front line that are giving their lives to help others. You're all incredible and we owe you so much.
Yeah, bless you all. You know, the NHS was formed in 1948. That was 3 years after I was born. And since then, you looked after my brothers and my sisters.
And my mum and my dad.
And your dad, who I may add a little bit older than me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So they played a clip of Boris thanking 2 NHS staff that was by his side all through intensive care and stuff. Brenda talked about her hero, and this is what she had to say.
Well, my NHS hero is a lovely man called Paul Durnford, and he was the first person I met on my first day of chemotherapy at Charing Cross Hospital, and thankfully, luckily for me, he was the same carer nurse that I had all the way through my 6 months of chemo, and it wasn't anything. It's literally the first time I met him, he had this beautiful smile on his face. And that made me not get nervous about what I was about to face with the chemotherapy. And every time I came in for my treatment, he'd always have a smile on his face. And I know that he was going through so many different hard times because, you know, obviously dealing with so many different cancer patients in different stages. But for me, he really helped to just keep me smiling, keep me positive, and kind of not make me think about the fact that I was having a lot of chemicals pushed into my body, and I couldn't do much to help. Every time I come for my chemo appointment, I'd go and get him a coffee. I'd ask him what his favourite coffee was, and I'd bring him up a coffee. It's not much, but it was just a little something. And at the end of when my chemo finished, I got him a card. I got a card for all of the nurses, and I'd bring in some donuts and some cakes and things. And it was quite nice. He knew that I was into music and in the entertainment side, and he put music on for me so that I could sit there and be boogieing away while I'm having all sorts of chemicals pumped into my body. So for me, he's my NHS hero. And I did message him last week to see how he was doing through all of this, because I know it's not easy for anybody, but, you know, cancer patients that don't know if they're going to get any treatment or if my appointment for next week has been postponed, so I'm just waiting to see when I've got to go to do my next checkup. But Paul Durnford, he's absolutely a wonderful man, and everybody on the NHS and everybody in that chemotherapy unit, I just have so much thanks and appreciation and love for. And, you know, I just want them to keep on doing what they're doing and try and keep smiling, keep positive as you can, because it's just hard times.
I absolutely love Brenda. I love her voice. She's just an amazing personality, and yeah, her heroes, thank you. After that, it was Nadia spoke about thanking someone that helped her dad, and here's what she had to say.
For that, they're just so focused on what they're doing, and you know, I have a very particular NHS hero at the moment, and that's a doctor called Raphael Dalkowski. Please, I hope I've got that right. My dad, very luckily, just by the skin of his teeth, 2 days before lockdown, sorry, just a minute, had his heart operation, and you know, my dad tells me there was a team of 10 doctors there he is. Oh, bless him. 10 doctors that were discussing, that's our NHS, 10 doctors discussing one man's heart operation, you know, and it was a bit more complicated than they thought it would be. So he had to go into post-operative ICU. I mean, luckily, he walked out the next day, and now my dad said he feels 10 years younger. You know, 2.5-hour operation to put the stents in. And he's literally changed my father's life. That group of doctors have changed my father's life. And so much care to an old man. And so I'm overwhelmed with them. They are our true heroes.
I absolutely love Nads. I absolutely love Teddy. His stories that he shares with us on Nadia's social media is so like heartwarming and that. So thank you to that guy that helped him. Christine spoke about her sister's friend who's a nurse, and she gets really emotional. Here's what she had to say.
To absolutely give out every bit of love I possibly can to my sister's best friend, a girl I've known since she was a little girl. Her name's Rachel Small. She is a nurse in the intensive care unit at a hospital in Dundonald, the Ulster Hospital, back home in a place called Dundonald. There she is with all of the gear on. And, you know, this is a young girl, same age as my sister, in her late 30s. She's a daughter, she's a wife, she's a mother of 2 young boys. And there she is going to work every day. And it gets me emotional thinking about it, because you think they're putting their lives at risk all the time for us. And it's just, I just get so emotional every time I think about it, because I find it so difficult to think that they have to worry about their little children. And yet all I have to do is stay inside my house. And it puts it all into perspective. And I told her I wasn't going to cry today, and here I am doing it. Take over, Stacey.
Oh, God. I don't know if I'm equipped to take over, Christine.
So, will this pandemic change us? Will we appreciate the NHS and all the key workers more after this? Stacey thinks there needs to be more support from the government. They don't get paid enough and they don't get looked after, which I completely agree with. Nadia prays that we will come out a kinder nation, and that it's human nature to forget it quickly, which I completely agree with as well. Brenda sees it like a big reset button, and just wants everyone to pull together like we are doing now. And Christine asked if they would take away anything from this lockdown. And Brenda obviously is learning her piano again. But yeah, they all agreed that gratitude is one of the main big things to take from this. Me personally, I think in a few weeks after lockdown, it'll be back to normal. People will forget, especially like the younger generation, but I will never forget how incredible and brave all our NHS and key workers are. You always get some idiot being idiots, but for me, we should never ever take the NHS, our key workers, for granted. So yeah, that was today's show. So at the end now, you will see a few thank yous from other LooseMan presenters or panelists, and to someone that's a big fan of the show, that there's been a lot, really means a lot.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to all our NHS workers. From someone who has family, very close friends and neighbours who are currently being far braver than any of us can imagine, I cannot express my gratitude strongly enough.
I want to say thank you to the amazing NHS staff who are working endlessly at this critical stage. And I also want to send love to the paediatric intensive care unit at Whitechapel who supported a family member when they were at a critical stage in their health. Your dedication and support was truly appreciated.
Thank you to each and every one of you at the NHS that every single day have put your own lives at risk and on the line to keep the rest of the country safe and well. We can never ever repay you for everything you've done, but please know that we will never ever forget. You are truly our heroes.
When you had lupus and you were in hospital, the NHS did a very, very good job.
This is for you for your hard work.
I am always full of admiration for you, but to see the love, the care and the devotion, I just want to say thank you, and words aren't enough.
Every Thursday, my family and I stand on our doorstep, and at the top of our voices we cheer, and with the loudest clap we make so much noise to show our appreciation for everybody working at the NHS.
Where would we all be without our amazing NHS? They have helped me and my family so many times over the years. I was in hospital many years ago and would have died without the care and the treatment and the love that they gave me at the UCH hospital.
Quite simply, there are no adequate words to describe how much we all appreciate and thank every single person working in the NHS. Some years back, I have to really thank the NHS because they saved my husband's life after he had a stroke. So enormous love, respect and admiration coming your way for all that you do and all that I know you'll continue to do.
I'd just like to offer my heartfelt thanks to all the staff at Forth Valley Hospital who looked after my mum and dad towards the end of their lives, and also looked after me and my brother when we were struggling to deal with what was happening.
Thank you. To all of you, a massive thank you!
Thank you, NHS.
Thank you.
Thank you, NHS!
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
A huge, huge thank you from all of us.